Just want to take a little bit of time to discuss with you guys some planning for online learning. Now, I understand that these online classes and remote learning is a whole new area for many of us. It's going to present a unique set of challenges as we all adapt to this new style of teaching and learning. In my opinion, one of these biggest challenges is time management. So time management is crucially important with any of our college classes, but especially with these online and asynchronous courses. So normal times when we're in person, we have a set schedule of when we're going to go to our lectures, when we're going to read our homeworks, when we're going to do everything as provided by our course schedule. But now with these asynchronous courses, we don't necessarily have that rigid schedule. Now this is a benefit of these asynchronous courses in that we can do things at our own pace, at our own time of the day that seems to work well with our schedule. But at the same time, you'll also need to find a way to keep on track. Set aside the ample time you need to go through all of the resources that are going to be provided within the module. Now, with that being said, it's become apparent that some students are waiting until the end of the week to start going through all these lecture materials. In my lectures, I include a lot of different materials for different styles of learning. I provide a PDF of my lecture slides. I go through and list out the textbook reading assignments. I have homework assignments provided for you at the beginning of the week through Blackboard. I have quizzes posted up on Blackboard. I have video presentations of me going through example problems with their solutions where I relate those back to our textbook assignments, key equations and concepts within our lecture slides. And I also provide some supplemental materials as well and links for those for you guys to go through. So I would highly recommend and encourage that all students start these modules at the beginning of the week and space out the readings, the lectures, the videos, so it's not so overwhelming and you can set up your own schedule to keep on track with everything. Now, it should also be noted when we're talking about a college course here, especially in engineering, that for every hour of lecture time, you should expect to spend 3 to 4 hours going through the material on the assigned readings, practice problems, quizzes, homework assignments. So for a 3-credit hour course, you should be setting aside roughly 10 to 12 hours a week to dedicate to this class. So if you're waiting until Friday evening or the weekend to start even going through the material, looking at the homeworks, the quizzes, the readings, this is really not recommended. If you start early in the week, you're going to have the necessary time to dedicate to the material and take advantage of my time, my office hours. You can ask to clarify any material, content questions that you may have. So if you have any questions on relating material, equations, concepts, content, how things relate to real life applications, how they relate to your homework problems, or how this material ties into future courses, office hours are a great time for you to meet up and discuss this. As of right now, very few of the students are actually showing up to my office hours. So this is a very, very valuable resource for you to take advantage of, especially if not many students are showing up. You really get that one-on-one, face-to-face feel for questions that you may have related to this course. So I've been posting this every single week at the beginning of the modules right in my lecture overview. I have office hours Tuesday and Wednesday mornings from 9:30 to 10:30, but I'm also available outside of these. If these don't fit your schedule, send me a chat, send me an email, send me a message, contact me through Teams, and I'll work with you to fit your schedule. I've met with students on Tuesday evenings, Sunday afternoons. My goal is to be available to you to get you the information you need to learn the material for this course. So at the beginning of the semester, I created a getting started video that kind of covered what my philosophy was for these online courses that I'm teaching. So this module course outline is to kind of reinforce what I have set up and outline for it and how you should use this to help you prepare and study and learn the material. So every week, I'm going to release a new module. At the beginning of the week, I send out an announcement through Blackboard talking about that weekly module, what's going to be involved, are there quizzes, when are the quizzes assigned, when are they due, what are the reading assignments, is there homework, is there exam. All that information, important information for that week is going to be contained in that announcement. If you go into Blackboard then, you will see that I'm going to have, beginning each module, an overview section to talk again a little bit more detail, what you should expect as far as the content, what you should gain out of this module section as far as your knowledge of the material. I also present in there an overview video. So this gives it to you in a couple different forms. You get it as an announcement. You can see it and read it in the overview section. You can watch the video where I have a voiceover talking about everything as well. So no matter what type of learner you are, you at least have one resource or multiple resources for you to reference to understand what we're going to cover that week in the module. At the end of this overview section, I also have your textbook reading assignments. So I would suggest that's the first place to start. Read through the textbook. Cover the sections that I'm going to be covering in class for that module. Make sure you understand the background equations and everything else. And as you're doing that, go through the example problems in the textbook. They have solutions to all the example problems in there that you guys can reference and go through and start learning how to apply the reading material. The next thing I'd have you do is take a look at all my lecture slides. So I've created a PowerPoint of lecture slides that in an in-person class I would be going over with you in class. But for these online classes, I've given these to you as a PDF so you can reference back to those. I've done the overview of the key equations, some applications, some practice problems, and all that is presented right there in those PDF lecture slides, which are a great thing to read after you've gone through and read your textbook assignments. From that point there, I've also included my hand solutions to some example problems as videos. So you can hear my voiceover. I talk through my thought process on how to solve these. I relate key equations from the book, key tables, figures, reference back to the lecture slides. So all of that is a great opportunity. Again, so you have the PDF slides if you're a type of learner that likes to read through and take your time. I've also got, if you're an audio and visual learner, I've got these hand solutions for my videos of applying key equations and concepts. Then I also have the weekly quizzes. The weekly quizzes are going to reflect what you've read through with your textbook and through the lecture slides, and make sure that you guys are keeping up with those readings. So that's the point of the quizzes, is to make sure you're keeping up with the content and the readings. Then there's going to be, again, 5 homework assignments throughout the semester that are going to be related to your readings, your lecture slides, my video sample problems, the quiz contents, all those materials, and the homework assignments are going to be very similar solutions to what I've done in my video solutions of my hand solutions. Lastly, for some of the modules, I'll also be including resources as far as MATLAB, external videos, and external links that you can reference for additional information material for this section.